And if you want to
The freaking table! He's always asserting his dominance on these poor folding tables. Like, help. We're going to watch What Happens If a Gun Fires Without Being Held by Kentucky Ballistics.
What would happen if your gun went off and you were not holding it? Well, today we're gonna find out. 9mm 44 Magnum. Oh my gosh! 12 gauge shotgun. 4570 Derringer. Oh! AR-15. 50 BMG pistol. Okie dokie. Here we go.
Let's go. Yeah, this would I would classify this as not safe and let professionals do it and please do not risk your butts. Yeah, disclaimer. Guns, guns, and more guns.
My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics, and I'm going to answer another question today that no one has asked. What happens if a gun goes off and no one is holding it? Is it pretty much just going to stay in place, or is it going to fly off like something out of a cartoon show? Well, today I have multiple guns ranging from small all the way up to very large, and we're going to see what happens when they go off and they are not being held or braced. I am very excited about today's video, so let's go get set up and get started.
The table flip. Him and tables. What is up with Scott's abusive relationship with tables? Like, what do the folding tables ever do to him? Man, one day there's going to be like an episode where the folding tables strike back. Anyway.
Legs are bent. I didn't commit.
They will
already dead.
Will not take this abuse for much longer. Like, there's gonna be like a union of folding tables. Again! Oh, that was actually a good flip.
All right, it's time to get started, and first up is gonna be a 9.
What do you mean? A union, not in America. Nah, they'd fold under pressure. Wah, wah, wah.
9mm. This is a Glock 17, and here's how this is gonna work. We need this gun to go off, but I don't want anything supporting it or blocking it from flipping. So I have a 25-pound weight and a cinder block. I will lean this gun up against the cinder block, and then I should be able to pull the string, get the gun to go off, and then we will see if it flips off the table or if it pretty much just sets where it's at. And we'll be loaded up with some 9mm HydroShock 147 grain rounds. For safety reasons, today we will only be using one round. That way when it goes off, we do not have to worry about it going off again. We are hot. Lean this up right there. Now it's time to pull the string. Okay, here we go.
This does not seem like a good idea. Like, this is why dudes don't live very long, isn't it? Whatever. I'm glad he's wearing safety glasses.
9mm. We're gonna reposition.
I feel like, you know what this reminds me of? It's like when a small boy takes a string and tries to take out one of his loose teeth with the slamming of a door. You know what I mean?
It started to move to the left. Ow! Let's try again.
Oh! The way that it does like those little flips.
That actually flew back a lot further than I thought it would. Okay, well, I'm gonna say the 9mm went about 3.5 feet.
Please tell me he's wearing like a vest underneath that shirt, like a bulletproof vest. That's what I'd be the most concerned of, like the recoil somehow hitting him. Please, I hope he's wearing a vest. No vest!
I really did not expect it
to
go that far. I thought it would just kind of flip over. I didn't expect it to do that many flips, but that's pretty awesome. And I'm pretty excited now about our other calibers. Let's move on to something bigger.
Oh. A limo. Interesting.
Fresh start, but same road. Debt just keeps you stuck in the mud. Burning money on interest while your wheels just keep spinning in the same spot. You wouldn't ignore this, so don't ignore your debt. PDS Debt has already helped hundreds of thousands take back the wheel and get moving again. Whether you're struggling with credit cards, personal loans, or medical bills, PDS Debt has custom solutions for you to help get you out of debt. They go beyond the numbers to understand your unique financial situation and craft a personalized plan designed just for you. There's no minimum credit score required. They're here to help you save money, pay off debt faster, and start putting money back where it belongs, in your pocket. PDS Debt is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, boasts thousands of 5-star reviews on Google, and holds a 5-star rating on Trustpilot. Why? Because PDS has helped hundreds of thousands of people get out of debt. I personally know what it's like to struggle with debt. Don't wait another month. Get back in the driver's seat in 30 seconds. Get your free personalized assessment and best option for you at pdsdebt.com/KYB. Again, that's pdsdebt.com/KYB. pdsdebt.com/KYB, or there's a link in the description down below. Again, a big thank you to PDS Debt for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it. We are going to skip a few calibers and step it up next to 357 Magnum. This is a Henry 357 Magnum, and I will be using a 158 grain 357 Magnum. So in theory, this one should go off a lot easier than the Glock because we have single action available. So I'm just gonna set it up like this, put the stringer on the trigger again, pull back that hammer, and it should go off pretty easily. If 9mm made it about 3.5 feet, I feel like this one's gonna go a lot further, but it is a little bit heavier. That there. I've got my handy dandy string. Tie that. Okay, we are loaded up. And now I'm gonna pull back the hammer. Okay, let's scoot back. Okie dokie.
Okay, okie dokie.
Go. Oh!
Oh.
Oh, it landed right on the barrel. It's probably full of dirt. All right, before I pick that up, looks like we went about the same distance as the 9mm. This gun is heavier, so if it was a little lighter, probably okay. And oh, we're good. Here, let me verify real quick, show you. It's unloaded, so it's perfectly fine that I'm showing you this, okay? We are not full of dirt.
Oh.
Thank goodness, because that is the worst. So I would say those are
Probably
pretty
clean
good
out,
results. Yeah. Let's move on to something a little bit bigger than 357. So up next, we are going to step it up to 44 Magnum, but this is not your average 44 Magnum. This is a Smith & Wesson Airlight PD. This thing has a titanium cylinder, and it is very light. It is so light that when you shoot it, it damages
nice.
the skin
handle
on your hands within a few shots. And I'm going to load it up with a 340 grain 44 Magnum hard cast. I feel like this thing is gonna fly pretty far, so I'm gonna make sure and scoot back a few extra feet for this one. All right, 340 grain hard cast. Whew. This is gonna be so bad.
Why?
All right,
He's afraid that it'll recoil back a lot further than the other guns then.
See if I can get it to go off. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh!
Yeah, lightweight,
Wow.
so higher in the sky.
That was pretty impressive. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna walk that out real quick. Let's see here. Start right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't act like you're not impressed. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 feet. What'd you think about that, officer? Pretty straight line. Didn't even lose my balance. 19 feet is how far that went. And we got no dirt in the end of the barrel. So a super light 44 Magnum with a 340 grain hard cast will go quite far if you're not holding on to it. So up next, we're gonna step it up to 500 Magnum. Now you may notice that the lighting has changed and it's a little bit wet. And that's because we got rained out yesterday and had to stop filming, so I'm back out here the next day. The 44 Magnum flew off the table pretty far, but it had a very light frame. This 500 Magnum has a heavier frame. It is a Taurus 500 Magnum Raging Hunter, and I'm gonna be using a Underwood Ammo 700 grain hard cast. All right, I got my
I've never
string
seen a red
attached.
cap like that on a bullet.
Hammer is pulled back. Get that string on the trigger, and now let's scoot back. All right, here we go, 500 Magnum. Oh!
You. I love how it does elegant little flips.
Wow, that went really far. I'm gonna say that the 500 Magnum went just as far as the 44 Magnum. I'm gonna walk it out real quick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, not as far as the 44 Magnum, but it still went pretty far and got quite a bit of air. We got a little bit of dirt on our sight and our grip, but the barrel still looks good. We do not have any mud in there, so that's fantastic. I do not have to clean that out later.
We interrupt this program to bring you
Gamersupps! Do you get dehydrated a lot, need a drink that won't break the bank? Then you should get Gamersupps! It's caffeine-free and caffeinated! It's sugar-free! It's freaking keto, man! Compare it with things like Red Bull coffee.
Oh, no.
Get that out of here! Quench your inner gamer with Gamersupps!
So before we move on to rifles and shotguns, I have one more pistol that I want to use in today's video, and that is a 4570 Derringer. This is a Bond Arms 4570 Derringer, and this is one of the hardest recoiling pistols you could possibly shoot. And it's going to be loaded up with a 4570 405 grain soft point. I think this is going to go much further than the 44 Magnum, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Okay, we're going to get this thing loaded up. This is gonna be silly. The trigger pull on this is much stiffer than the other handguns, so we have run into a few issues with figuring out how we can get this to go off without something being behind it, but I think we have found a solution. So I'm gonna get this set up, put a hook around the trigger.
Tiny but mighty, that's what it is.
Pull back the hammer now, and now I'm gonna scoot back, way back. I believe the record to beat right now is 19 steps. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I can get it to go off.
Ooh! Oh,
my God.
that went straight to him.
Yep. That is definitely the new record.
My dude. That was like a boomerang. It just came right back to him.
Let's walk this out. I really didn't expect it to come back that far. That was
Wow.
a pleasant surprise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2 hours later.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 36 and a half, which probably a little further than 36 and a half feet because I wear a size 15, but you get the point. That really covered some distance and really shows just how hard this little guy be kicking. Oh, we got quite a bit of dirt in it, but none in the barrel. So that is fantastic. Let's move on to a shotgun. So the 4570 Derringer is going to be pretty hard to beat at this point. It set the bar pretty high, but we're going to see what happens when we move on to a 12 gauge shotgun. So this is a Maverick pump action 12 gauge shotgun, and we're going to be loaded up with a 1 ounce 12 gauge slug. I'm really curious about this one. I really am. Get her set up, get our hook around our trigger.
Wow.
And now we will scoot back. All right, here we go. Oh!
Yeah, not far. Yeah, not even a flip. But I mean, you know, that makes sense
okay,
for
well,
how
that
long
went
it
back
is.
further than I thought it would, but still not 30 something feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 feet. And we landed with our butt in the dirt. And we got nothing in the barrel, so that's great.
Yeah, the dust
Again,
cloud,
looks
though.
like it already ejected the shell for us. That was pretty awesome and really shows why you should hang on to a pump action 12 gauge shotgun,
Yeah.
especially one that's set up for home defense. So now we are going to move on to rifle calibers, and up first is an AR-15. This is chambered in 5.56, and I'll be loaded up with 1 round of 5.56, and this is a 55 grain round. I really don't think we're gonna see much happen with this. Okay, we are all set up.
I'm
Now
still
we are
interested to
loaded
see
up.
it fire
I'm gonna
though.
scoot back, but I doubt it even makes it 5 inches. Okay, here we go.
Oh,
Didn't even move.
that was a few inches.
Just as I suspected, it barely moved. Now you have scientific evidence.
That was like 3 inches. 3 inches is like a lot, you know?
What is wrong with you?
To show your buddy that complains about AR-15 recoil that they are just being a sissy. We only made it a few inches. We did manage to eject our round, but those results were about what I expected. Now let's move on to something a little bit bigger. So up next is going to be a 6.5 Creedmoor. This is a Savage Axis chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, and we're loaded up with 1 round, and this is a 143 grain Hornady 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm not really sure what to expect with this one. All right,
Okay.
got that around our trigger. Go ahead and get it loaded up, and we are
Yeah,
ready
did he
to
say
go.
40?
I will be surprised if this even makes it off the table. Here we go.
Whoa.
Okay, well, I'm surprised.
Bro moved. Yeah, just the sheer force of that
I have
moved
a
it all the way off the
confession, you know,
table.
I'm not exactly a huge 6.5 Creedmoor fan, so part of me was like, it's just a 6.5, there's no way it's going to kick that hard, but it actually kicked harder than I thought it would, and we made it all the way off the table. So, if you were not hanging on to this thing when it went off, it definitely could be a bad day. So now I think it's time to really step it up. Up next is going to be
Yo!
a 50
That is a big boy.
BMG. This is a Serbu RN50 50 BMG rifle, and this gun really makes my neck tingle. If you know, you know. And I will be loaded up with a 50 BMG 660 grain full metal jacket. This gun is rather heavy, so I will be curious to see if it actually goes off the table or if it manages to just kind of scoot back a little bit. And you may be thinking that this is the final gun in today's video, and you would be wrong. I have another 50 BMG after this.
It's a huge bullet.
Pretty excited about it, but first, we're gonna shoot this one. We are loaded up.
Wait, is that the same gun that almost kiboshed him? Are you
Get a little
sure?
nervous with this thing. All right,
It has a big chungus.
we are good to go. Okay, we have our string around our trigger.
Dang.
Now I'm just gonna pull the hammer back.
Not the same.
Oh dear.
Different model.
Okay, here we go.
Whoa. The lens on the scope came off from the pressure.
Okay, that went further than I
caliber,
thought
though.
it would, especially with the muzzle
Same model,
brake on
different
there.
gun.
All right,
Yeah, the poor scope.
let's inspect our gun. It looks perfectly fine. So we only made it a few feet and then it slid off the table. This gun is rather heavy and it has a muzzle brake, so it really helps with that recoil. I did not expect this to just come flying back 30-something feet like the 4570 Derringer, but I did expect it to at least pop up. But next, we have another 50 BMG, and I think our results will be a little more energetic. So for the grand finale of this video, we have a 50 BMG pistol. Well, sort of. This is a Noreen ULR bolt action 50 BMG, but in my book, it's a 50 BMG pistol, and I'm gonna be loaded up with a Hornady 750 grain round. I am very curious to see what happens when this thing goes off. All right, we're gonna scoot up extra close to the berm this time. We get this thing loaded up. It's actually rather hard to open that bolt. Oh goodness. This is gonna be interesting. Oh. Okay, you know what? Let's turn that to the side. Okay, we are all set up. We have our string attached to our trigger, and now we're gonna scoot back. Okie dokie, here we go. This final shot is brought to you by SDI, and if you want to get your start in firearms technology, be sure and check them out. There's a link in the description
Another
down below.
sponsor. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Yeah, just debris everywhere too. Holy.
Yeah, so I moved that one a lot closer to the berm, and we definitely had a good hit. There is
And that's
dirt
an elephant gun too.
and
That's
grass all over the table, and
Yeah.
we shot off of the table, and we landed with our butt in the dirt. Oh man, that is bad. It's gonna take forever to clean all that out of there. Oh, but we did not break anything. We are still good. Oh, well, you know, I really learned some stuff today, and that is that you definitely need to hang on to a handgun very tightly when you're shooting it, and always make sure a rifle is good and seated into your shoulder. Otherwise, you could really have a bad day, because these things definitely be kicking. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure and give it a like, and make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future awesome content. And if you want to pick up
freaking
this
table!
Ballistics t-shirt, there's a link in the description down below. And as always,
He's always asserting his dominance on these poor folding tables. Like, help.
Scott, thank you so much for watching.
Every
Kentucky
time.
Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
Dude.
I like this thing. That's pretty good.
Yeah. R.I.P. the table. Dang. Anyway, you can see more of Scott's content at Kentucky Ballistics, if I could talk today.